your friend in Central Illinois. WHOW.
Top of the morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Seth Lawrence. The WHOW Morning Show streams to Facebook and YouTube. Brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. My guest in studio today is Rennie Cluver, Executive Director of the Clinton Y. And Rennie, I see you've got your Survivor T-shirt on. How is your Survivor journey going?
Yeah, and this is one of the older Survivors.
Oh, sorry, it's the older ones.
That's okay, because I really should have wore mine from 2 years ago, which was green.
St. Patrick's Day.
St. Patty's Day.
Yeah,
and I missed out on the opportunity.
I told the guest before me, I've just lost all track of time, much less the fact that it's St. Patrick's Day. So, how's your Survivor journey going?
It's good. I just left the Y to come out here, and the end of March 30th is the last day. So we're on the last stretch of it. The last 2 weeks of solid. And so I sit there and go, okay, what did Survivor do for me? It really helps me stay focused on making my exercise time a priority. And not that I wasn't working out before Survivor, but that's something that it really allows me. I'm more conscious about it. I could be at home. I'm like, gosh, I need another half hour, and I'd go for a walk. It doesn't have to mean that I ran to the gym and did a 30-minute workout. It was like, I just went for a good walk. So it's just, that's what it does for me. I hope that's what it does for other people.
Yeah.
It just maybe keeps you, just keep in the back of your mind, like, oh, I'm part of this program. And, that's the way it should carry you on and help you grow in your health and wellness plan to where it's just a habit.
It's gotten, that's exactly what it did for me. Like, I don't mind admitting I left a lot of time on the table because I forgot to write down, like I told you, I had been going out to Weldon Springs for walks, and this week I forgot to write down my time for all of that. I don't really care. I just wanted it to get me back into a routine, and I feel like that's what it did for me this year.
Yeah.
And so I feel like, I've got my days I go in at, 1:30, 2 o'clock. I've got my days I go in at 10, 10:30, and, knock it out over the weekends and all those things. So, it's just gotten that rhythm back. You know what I mean? I had fallen out of that for a while.
Mission accomplished.
Exactly.
And one thing that and it's not just with exercise. You sit there and you go through your day and you pick out things what are things in my life that are distracting me from whatever, if it's, you're building your relationship with God, if it's exercising. What am I doing routinely every day that, I could probably cut back on that and replace it with something that's a lot more productive.
Yeah, mindfulness.
And that's one thing that I was able to do with this, instead of sitting on the couch and running through YouTube reels or Facebook, and like, gosh, you could sit there and waste an hour. That if you really look at, it's entertaining, maybe, but
I don't mind admitting I'll go on the treadmill and flip through Instagram and
that's
all that
great.
stuff. Yeah. I'll be the weirdo laughing on the treadmill, and everybody's like, "What is that guy doing? What's he looking at over there?" So yeah.
Well, it's much better you're on the treadmill being able to do that than just sitting down.
Exactly.
You're really, that's very good management of your time.
I like to think so. Now I'm no time management savant. I am an expert at wasting it, but there are times where I have my brilliance. So, but speaking of that wellness piece there, Rennie, I know last time you and I talked, you kind of teased that the wellness center is going to be in for a huge makeover, and it sounds like the time is near.
Yes, and fingers crossed, because it's kind of out of our hands. But when I had reached out to our rep, and the delivery guy called me and said Thursday of this week, so Thursday the 20th, between 8 a.m. and I don't know how long it's going to take them, but basically from 8 o'clock in the morning till they need full access to the wellness center. So no wellness center is going to be available for most of the day on Thursday, but gosh, what a great addition, a bonus as a member to use the wellness center with brand new equipment. And some of the stuff we're keeping, some of the pieces that we've got are really in good shape, and we're going to keep those. And it's going to be a great, just a great thank you to our membership of, staying with us and the Y is in a good place right now, and we want to keep it that way.
What is going to be new? What is staying? About how about some of those things?
Yeah, so a couple of items that I'm excited about for me personally to use is there's going to be a pull-up assist machine, which if anybody pull-ups are great, but a lot of people are deterred from doing them because they're so tough. If you can't do one, well, why would I want to try to do two? This assist will allow you to build up your stamina, I guess, if you want to say, on your strength and pull-ups to where, maybe the first day you get on that machine, it basically helps you do the pull-up, and then you can always adjust the weight that's allowed. And so I think that's going to be a great addition. We don't have anything like that, so I think that'll be helpful. We have a hack squat machine. We're going to keep the leg press machine, the Techno Gym leg press machine. That's been a great piece of equipment and great shape still. But so adding a hack squat.
A buddy of mine raves about the hack squat.
I think
so
that'll be nice.
Yeah, real nice.
And we're keeping the Smith machine, and I think it may just be rearranged to where that's located in the wellness center.
Dumb question. What's the Smith machine?
It's the machine that a lot of people will use it for squats or bench press, but it's got cables in it.
Oh,
It
yeah.
helps you. I mean, it keeps your form, and it's an assist. And
That's a really nice one,
yeah,
too.
you can close it in and out to lock the bar in.
You get caught, you can just
Yeah.
close the.
Yeah.
You're good.
I
so.
like it. It helps you keep your form. I mean, because the bar doesn't go sideways on you. So
Right.
that staying. One thing that I think we're going to find out is the vision equipment, which is what the name of most of it is. And maybe we talked about this before, but right now in the wellness center, we have a machine that will do bicep curls, and then right next to it or across the way is a machine that does the tricep push downs. Well, Vision has a machine that incorporates both of those. And so it's going to save some space for us to rearrange the wellness center and make it more accommodating to some of these new pieces of equipment. So I'm excited to see. Those are just some of the things we're going to get. New plates. We are getting some different plates, new plates for deadlift. And you'll be able to visually see those because they'll be a different color to allow people to deadlift. And it's just a cushion type plate that allows you to, I don't want to say drop it, but that's what it's there for.
You getting a new
I'm not sure if the pad is coming new, if that may be down the road.
Oh, okay. That one's starting to fall apart a little bit.
And that's been there quite a while. It's held up really well because it's gotten a lot of use. Getting new dumbbells too. So
Dumbbells are in pretty good shape, all things considered.
Yeah.
But nice. Treadmills, walking.
Yes, brand
platforms.
new treadmills. There is going to be an additional step climber.
Oh, nice.
And it's been one of the machines that, and I don't know what made it this way, but it gets more use than a lot of the machines in there. So instead of getting rid of the one, it's in still good shape. Pat keeps it updated, keeps it going well. We're just going to get another one so that people don't have to wait.
Yeah, well, and I know the stair climber is really one of those it's easy, not easy cardio, it's quick cardio. Where you could do it for 15 minutes and you're spent. You really are. So depending on how quick you go, but with the cable machine, the big kind of
yes,
is that staying?
We're getting a new one.
You're in a new one.
Yes.
Nice.
Which was
I know you've got that kind of more condensed one there in the corner.
Yes, that the functional trainer there in the corner, that's the newest piece of equipment we have. That's staying. But also I believe that the cable crossover machine is going to have another piece to it on the end to where you can do the lat pull down. That's one thing that, and I'm right on board with too. I've had members say that they missed the old lat pull down machine. One we had that was the Matrix. I didn't like it because I didn't like how it functioned. And so we were already looking at replacing that before we even decided to do a full makeover. So
do you mind telling me how all of this transpired, this new makeover?
Yeah. So I had come to a board meeting. This has been, maybe it was last month, a couple months ago, and had set up a time for our Life Fitness, or Johnson Fitness is who our rep is with our equipment, to come to the Y and look at a couple options of getting some new equipment. One of them being that lat pull down. And then we were looking at trading out some of the cardio for some different pieces. And so our board meeting was on Wednesday when I was telling them, and Thursday, the next day, was when the rep was supposed to come. And the board had a couple board members that had talked about, what would it look like to do a little bit more. And we had talked, I say every year, but in years past, one of our discussions at the board is how to set up an revolving rotation. We need to set aside X amount of capital every year to either improve some of the equipment or change it out completely, or just because that's just what the majority of majority of gyms have. Every 4 or 5 years, you're getting new equipment because it just gets its use. And we've been fortunate that our equipment, we keep it in really good shape, and so that we've probably gotten more years out of it than most places would. So it was brought up, and I said, well, you know what? The rep's coming tomorrow. I will ask him. And so the rep came on Thursday. I showed him the 2 pieces that I wanted to switch out, and I said, hey, on a bonus here, I want you to give me an idea of what it would look to change out all the equipment. And so we walked around and talked about, well, we'll keep this. And so a couple emails back and forth and some ideas, and he put together a quote list, and I presented it to the board, and we're like, that's a big investment, but it's an investment in our membership. And so I was very proud of the board. We didn't have anybody we had some good questions from board members, but didn't have anybody that saw it as a waste of funds for the Y, that it's a reinvestment. And so anytime you can get a chance to reinvest into yourself and reinvest in your membership, we're in a good place.
Well, I'll tell you what, I feel like it would be an opportunity for promotion of, hey, we got this new equipment. Come be a member of the Y. We've got new stuff, a new stuff, new you type of a theme or something like that. So I don't know.
And our membership has been going up steadily.
Is it really? Nice.
And not in leaps and bounds, but I've been really very pleased with this time of year. I know this time of year always seems like it shoots up because of the new year, but steady use of the facility. And I just feel like we're getting there to where our community, our county, you name it, is starting to develop the mindset of a health and wellness is like it's important. And you just hope that you can continue it, because it happens a lot in phases. You'll go 10 years where that's the thing to do is be part of a gym, and then all of a sudden something drops off. And so we just got to continue growing it, because that's what that's the mission for me as the director of the Y, is to promote health and wellness. And I want people to feel better about themselves. I want people to be able to live a better life. And this is one way that I know it can help them. Whatever level they're at, someone's like, well, I can't lift or I can't walk very well. We've got stuff there for you. And we want to help you.
I mean, I'll tell you what, you'll see people of all ages lifting or doing, like a weight training or even just a cardio workout. I mean, really. And they tailor it to what they can handle, and by gosh, that's great. You know what I mean?
Our aqua classes since the beginning of the year have really increased in participation. Now, I'd attribute that a lot to Aubrey and Sarah, who are new in the management of the aquatic programs. And I think next month I'm going to bring both of those here for an interview. So,
okay.
But they've brought a new energy. The pool, the lap swim is doing well. We got people from Lincoln that come over and swim almost every day, if not at least a couple times a week. And so things are looking very positive for, that we are fulfilling our mission and being available to people for their health and wellness, and we want to keep that up.
Sure. Well, so it all goes in on Thursday, and I'm sure you'll have a huge crowd on Friday ready to use it. So
I hope so.
Very good. Well, Rennie, where do folks go to keep up with all things Clinton YMCA?
I thought about that this morning. I think the best thing to do is to come to the facility, 417 South Alexander. I've had several people that said, gosh, I didn't know. You can't tell from the website all the stuff that you offer and what you got. And they come in for a tour, and they're sold.
Very good. So come on in, check it out. Very good. Rennie Cluver, Executive Director of the Clinton YMCA, my guest in studio. More to come with Rennie on The Morning Show.
WHOW.
Now.com.
Let's check the markets now on the RFD Radio Network. I'm Jim Taylor. Corn higher, beans lower, wheat higher. May corn up 3 3/4, 462 1/4. July corn up 3 3/4, 471 1/4. December new crop up 2 3/4, 453 3/4. May beans down 2 3/4, 1013 1/4. July beans down 2 1/4, 1027 3/4. November new crop 1017 1/4. Down 3/4. May wheat up 16 3/4, 574. July wheat up 16 1/2, 589 1/2. May bean meal down $1.30, 304.60. May bean oil up 28 cents, 41.87. Livestock market, March feeders up 70 cents, 282.67. April live cattle 203.50, up 32 cents. April lean hogs 88.10, up $1.47. Energy market, April crude oil 67.82, up 64 cents. And I'm Jim Taylor on the RFD.
Good morning. I'm Helen Michalasi, and I'm running for mayor of Clinton. I believe our city has a lot of recreational opportunities for people of all ages, skill levels, and abilities. My experience in grant writing, program development and expansion, and leadership abilities will benefit Clinton. We'll develop a plan to enhance and expand the recreational opportunities in our city. Clinton is a great city, and when we all work together, we can move Clinton forward together.
Paid for by Michalasi for Mayor.
MR Systems Wireless is your local internet provider for Clinton and surrounding area. They have the products you want and the local service you deserve. MR Systems Wireless Internet service for home or business includes unlimited data, unlimited streaming, and unlimited calling. Plans start at just $48 a month and get a free Roku 4Ls with our media packages. Get the speed you need with MR Systems Wireless. Call them at 935-2100. That's 935-2100 for MR Systems Wireless.
Your friend in Central Illinois. WHOW.
Once again, a good morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Seth Lawrence. The WHOW Morning Show streams to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. Rennie Cluver, Executive Director of the Clinton Y, in studio with us today. And Rennie, as we catch up here for this morning, I know flag football coming up, and folks are probably like, football in the spring, but I know that's a change you recently made. And so how about flag football in the spring?
Yeah, this is the second year, and as far as, and we're not the only ones that have done that. It wasn't my idea to do that. There's other Ys that do that. I think the big thing for us was the spring soccer that we used to run. You know, we did soccer twice, and flag football was kind of getting. I think our numbers were a lot lower because they're into, in the fall if you're in JFL, you can do that. So they were having to choose. Well, this seems just logical with our mission on trying to help the high school football program. And so, and luckily again this year, Coach Bass, the head football coach at the high school, and the coaching staff and the players are going to be able to help with our program again. It's been great, and that way they've got more control of what is being taught and knowing what it's going to help their program in the future. When you got these little kids that are in second grade, third grade, well, we do from, I think, pre-K, it's K through 5. It takes a while to build a program, but you got to do it at a young age. And so it's very helpful. So we move it to the spring, one, so that the football team can help. And it's allowed more participation because it's not a conflict. Now, you do run into some baseball time, but that's really May. And so it's better for the majority of people. And there are some families that have said, gosh, we love soccer. And so, and they're able to go someplace else and do soccer. We have some people going up to Bloomington and doing soccer, which is great, and I would love to be able to offer both. We're just not in a community that can sustain 2 programs in one spring. So.
Right. No, you do soccer in the fall still, right?
Yeah. And it's a great program too. Over 100 kids participate in that. So
Sure. Very good. So registration for flag football is underway, correct?
Yes, we've got until Wednesday the 26th is when registration is complete, and the season would run that first week of April through the third week of May. And no games on Easter when that comes up, which I think is is that the 19th? Yep. or the 20th?
I think the 20th.
April 20th.
I think
yeah.
that's Easter.
Yes,
yeah.
because games are on Sunday again this year, Sunday afternoons.
Oh, okay.
And we're still working. Melinda, our youth sports director, is working with Coach Bass and the athletic director, Mr. Keppel at the high school, about playing our games on the turf field.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
How
so
fun.
as a kid, I mean, if we can do it one time, that's a bonus.
Yeah, for sure.
But we may be able to do it several, with the construction that's going out there on the field or around the field, just have to be careful with how we can use it and when it's available. But we're looking forward to that opportunity.
Yeah, awesome. So put that on the radar, that flag football sign up underway, and again until the 26th to get that taken care of. So, and shifting it back to the spring. And, Rennie, I can't believe it, but we're middle of March, right around the corner. It's going to be summer break, which means Camp Osage for the youngsters.
Registration's going to start here pretty soon in April. I think Melinda's got everything ready for that. I think we can actually have it April 1st be open registration for that. So, yeah, and you're going to burn through April. We'll be into May, and then you've got Memorial Day weekend, and boom, you're in the summer camp.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I don't know why. It always feels like you always look at March and April, and I don't know how you feel about it, Rennie. Like in my head, I'm like, yeah, March and April sound great, but you're still going to have those like cold days. You're still going to have some snow and some rain, and so it feels like you're adding to the slog of the winter, right?
Yeah.
But it goes by so fast. It really does. So going to be here before we know it. Camp Osage registration underway. Remind us about camp, like the age ranges, what it kind of looks like. How about some of those things?
Yeah, so we do have our separate, Tara Oxier is going to help us with pre-K camp, which is 3 days a week. And she does an awesome job with that and staffing that. And just, she's a pre-K teacher. She just does an awesome job with that. So having her come back again this year is a bonus for us. And then regular camp is kindergarten through 5th grade. And, this is the second year that we've opened it to kids going into kindergarten. Usually you had to complete kindergarten to do that, or actually it's an age range. And so I'll have more information on that probably next month as far as the age. I think they've had been turned 5 at some certain time.
Gotcha.
K through 5 is the dominant age group, but it goes all the way through junior high. We always have some older kids, and they do that leadership program with camp. When we got junior high kids, we like to separate them from some of the younger kids because they like to do different things. And
okay.
we just decide, that's tailored based off of who is at camp and what age group.
Gotcha.
So.
Well, Rennie, I hate to do this to you. I got to let you go for the morning. As always, thanks for coming out with us.
Thank you.
Rennie Cluver, Executive Director of the Clinton Y, our guest in studio. Network News on the way.
WHOW.
The Big 1520 WHOW Clinton, 92.3 FM,